Of all of us in the American Ethanol Modified Tour, we thank you for coming to Manistee County Fairgrounds. We want you to do is we want you to get up. We want you to stand up. Come on! Get up, get up, get up, get up. Behold, in front of you, the American Ethanol Modified Tour, ready to go. 30 laps in the yellows.com 30. American Ethanol pace truck will pull into the infield. It's in the hands of Muskegon, Michigan's Brad Wilson, the 21. Farwell, Michigan's Chad Bauer, the 19, to lead this field on the turns 3 and 4. Chief starter Tim Beebe's got the green flag in hand, and we are racing. Brad Wilson jumps out there in the race lead. The number 21 car, Chad Bauer, gets sideways. Oh, Joe Rogas goes flying. Kyle Novak goes whoop-de-doo, and caution flag will fly. Joe Rokas and Kyle Novak both go flying up the berm on the inside of turn number 2. Brings out the caution flag. Kyle Novak in the 24. Dave Baker in the 15. Jacob Poole in the 82. Brian Spielman in the 22. Anthony Deming in the 88. Nate Wilbur in the 60. Doug McLaughlin in the 17. Josh Gurdy in the 8. That's your field. And something amiss with Chad Bauer, the 19. As we're still under the caution flag. No start. Something amiss with the 19 of Chad Bauer, your outside pole center. Bauer not up to speed. 19 of Bauer not up to speed, so he waved off the restart. Not a good night to be one of the top point men in the American Ethanol Modified Tour. Milky was second in points. Chad Bauer, 4th place in the points coming into tonight. And something definitely amiss with Bauer, the number 19 machine. The 3-time Mount Pleasant Speedway track champion, the Mid-State Asbestos Rocket Chassis by Roman Avenger Racing Engines 19. And he does come down pit road, the 19. Tough break for Bauer. Ethanol Late Model Tour competitor Andrew Terrell. It looks like Bauer is going to be able to continue the 19. And the 19 of Bauer will rejoin the field in the 19. Unfortunately for him, he will have to start at the back of the field since he did make a pit stop. And here comes Chad Bauer, now the number 19, went down the wrong way down the pit area. So we will come to 1 to go this time by. Your new front row, the 21 of Brad Wilson. So there you see Chad Bauer rejoining the field at the rear. He'll start scratching this one. American Ethanol pace truck will pull on the pit road. Now into the hands of the 21 of Brad Wilson, the 77 of Joe Rokas to lead this field. Out of turns 3 and 4. Chief starter Tim Beebe's got the green flag in hand, and we're backing away here at Manistee County Fairgrounds. Wilson the lead as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. Jacob Poole up in the 6th spot in the 82. Field making their way down the long, winding backstretch here at Manistee County Fairgrounds. Brad Wilson to lead the field on the turns 3 and 4. Leader lap 1, Brad Wilson. Joe Rokas riding in the 2nd spot in 77. Trying to see if there's anything up top. As Paul Johnson in 3rd. Kyle Novak 4th. Jacob Poole got by Dave Baker for the 5th spot. As Joe Rokas looks to size up the 21 of Brad Wilson. Trouble in turn number 4. Doug McLaughlin comes to rest on the outside of turn number 4. Brings out the caution flag. Winding backstretch here at Manistee County Fairgrounds. He'll make the hard left off of turn number 3. It's in the hands of Brad Wilson, the 21. Second row to 77, Joe Rook as the 4J of Paul Johnson. As Wilson leads him on a 4. Green flags out, and we're back underway. Joe Rook is sizing up Brad Wilson for the race lead. Jacob Poole around the high side of Kalinove. Put Poole into the 4th spot. In the 82 car, he slowly picks his way through the field. Joe Rook is looking high, trying to see if there's anything up top. As Brad Wilson to lead lap 2. Rook is now following Wilson's tire tracks around this .525 mile dirt oval here in Onekama, Michigan, as Rook is sizing up the 21 of Brad Wilson. Paul Johnson in the 3rd spot in the 4J. Jacob Poole 4th in the 82. Kyle Novak rounding out the top 5. Rook is looking at the high side. Wilson and Rook is getting away from the rest of the field as Paul Johnson does his best to try to hold off Jacob Poole, the 82 car. Good battle for 5th as well. The 24 out of Kyle Novak. The 15 of Dave Baker. Anthony Deming right there as well. As the leaders come by, complete lap number 4. Brad Wilson, Joe Rook, Paul Johnson, Jacob Poole, Kyle Novak. Here's top 5. As Brad Wilson, your race leader, Joe Rook is content to following Wilson around 4 now. As Paul Johnson has gotten away from Jacob Poole, he'll try to reel in the race leaders. 5 laps completed, 25 laps to go. Check out the passenger side of Joe Rook as his car as he comes by the next time by. That passenger side door now folded up on the 77. Aerodynamics not normally playing much of a role, but it may very well could be for Joe Rook as it is 77. Rook is working the high side. Paul Johnson in the 3rd, Jacob Poole in 4th. And the field tiptoes around down to turn number 2. Top 4 cars just about nose to tails. They make their way through 3 and 4. Rook is trying to search for a way around Brad Wilson on 21. Paul Johnson's making a 3-car battle. Jacob Poole making a 4-car battle. As Rook is looking every which way to try to find a path around the 21 of Brad Wilson. Paul Johnson now is right there as well in the 4J. And don't look now, here comes Jacob Poole, the 82. Rook is trying to get a good run on the turn number 1. They're trying to get by the 21 of Brad Wilson. Now he's right in the back bumper. They go into turn number 3. Paul Johnson is right there as well. Rook is better hurry because here comes Arcadia, Michigan's Paul Johnson, the 4J. Rook is down on the inside. Thinks better of it. Tucks back in behind. Now the top 6 cars nose to tail. Adding the 24 of Cal Novak, the 15 of Dave Baker. Chad Bowers worked his way up to the 7th spot, the number 19. Rook is searching high, searching low, trying to figure out a way around the 21 of Brad Wilson. Rook is again will go to the high side. 10 laps completed, 20 laps to go. Paul Johnson now making it a battle, the 4J. Jacob Poole is right there as well, the 82. 1/3 of the way to the yellows.com. 30th Rokas to the high side of Wilson going into turns 3 and 4. Joe Rokas round the outside. New leader, lap 11, Joe Rokas. Rokas finally got the momentum built up on the high side. Took over the race lead from Brad Wilson. Now Rokas trying to check out the number 77. Brad Wilson 2nd, Paul Johnson 3rd, Jacob Poole 4th, Kyle Novak, good run for him in 5th. Rokas checking out the number 77. Second through seventh now. Someone knows the tail. The 21 of Brad Wilson. The 4J of Paul Johnson. 82 of Jacob Poole. 24 and Kyle Novak. 15 Dave Baker. Now the 19 of Chad Bauer showing that battle. Joe Rokas has checked out in the number 77. Rokas with a 3.5 second lead over the 21 of Brad Wilson, who's now gotten away from Paul Johnson. This time 14 in, 16 to go. Jacob Poole now working the high side. He'll go around the high side of Paul Johnson. And now put Jacob Poole in the third spot in the number 82. Poole now going to try to catch Brad Wilson, but we're halfway home. 15 laps completed, 15 laps to go. Joe Rokas, your race leader in the 77. Brad Wilson, second in the 21. Jacob Poole, third in the 82. Paul Johnson, fourth in the 4J. Kyle Novak, fifth in the 24N. Dave Baker, sixth in the 15. Chad Bauer, seventh in the 19. Anthony Deming, eighth in the 88. Josh Gurn, ninth in the 8. And Brian Spielman rounded the top 10, the number 22. Jacob Poole's going to want to get by Brad Wilson here pretty soon. As Rokas with a 7-second lead over Wilson, with Poole all over the Muskegon, Michigan driver. While Joe Rokas has flat checked out at the number 77. Battle is for second spot. The 21 of Brad Wilson, the 82 of Jacob Poole. Paul Johnson in the fourth spot. Kyle Novak in a dogfight for fifth with the 15 of Dave Baker, the 19 of Chad Bauer. As Joe Rokas is about to approach the back of the lead pack cars. Beginning with the 22 of Brian Spielman. Jacob Poole having a heck of a time getting by the 21 of Brad Wilson. Almost a 9-second lead for Joe Rokas in the 77. He's now to the back of the lead pack cars. 19 laps completed, 11 laps to go. As Rokas going to have to be careful to work around the traffic. Brad Wilson will not let Jacob Poole get by. As Poole trying to figure out a way. Oh, we got big trouble in turn number 1. Kyle Novak hard to the fence in turn number 1. Brings out a caution flag. 27. Tough break for Rokas. My goodness. He was Uranus. See the smoke just fluming from underneath the hood of the 77 of Rokas. Tough break for him. That 9-second lead gone, and now Rokas on pit road. Tough break for the Interlochen, Michigan driver. That'll give the lead back to the 21 of Brad Wilson. But now he's got Jacob Poole to deal with in the 82 car. Paul Johnson, a career run for him in the American Ethanol Modified Tour. He's running in the third spot in the 4J machine. Johnson picking up his first ever win in the American Ethanol Modified Tour earlier tonight in the heat race. And Johnson right with the 9th spot, unofficially. As the American Ethanol pace truck pulls on the pit road, 11 laps to decide it. Brad Wilson leads him on a 4. Green flag's out. We're back underway. Dave Baker works to the inside of Paul Johnson. There goes Chad Bauer to the inside of Paul Johnson. Johnson caught napping on that start. There goes Anthony Deming to the inside, the number 88 car. Johnson, not a good restart at all for the Arcadia, Michigan driver. But Brad Wilson leads him on a 4. 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go for Brad Wilson. Chad Bauer from the rear of the field up in the 4th spot, the 19 car. Good run for Quick Car Racing Products rookie contender Anthony Deming up the 5th in the 88. Whatever ailed Paul Johnson, he seems to have recovered from it. Now he's back up to speed. In the 6th spot, he'll challenge Deming. Up front, Brad Wilson continues to show the way. Trying to get away from the 82 of Jacob Poole, who's got a back bumper full of Dave Baker in the 15. Top 4 cars pulling away. Brad Wilson, the 21. Jacob Poole, the 82. Dave Baker, the 15. Chad Bauer, the 19. Jacob Poole looking high. See if there's anything up there to try to get by the 21 of Wilson. He pulls up on his door, but Wilson with the momentum. Brad Wilson, Jacob Poole in a dogfight for the race lead. Wilson a little sideways on a 4. Top 4 cars, nose to tail. It's anyone's game. Wilson, Poole, Baker, and Bauer, your top 4 cars. And Paul Johnson has worked his way back to the 5th spot, the 4J car. He's going to try to join the leaders. Chad Bauer, Dave Baker, good battle for the 3rd spot. Anthony Deming's falling way back. Josh Gurn to 6th, Brian Spielman 7th. Anthony Deming's falling back to 8th spot. Jacob Poole hangs back, recovers, relaxes a bit. Looks to recoil with 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go with Brad Wilson, your race leader. Jacob Poole 2nd. Dave Baker 3rd. Chad Bauer 4th. Paul Johnson trying to reel in their top 4 cars. Brad Wilson in search of his first ever American Ethanol Modified Tour feature win. Jacob Poole looking for 4 in a row with 4 laps to go. Jacob Poole trying all he can to get by Muskegon, Michigan's Brad Wilson, the 21 car. Poole has done it twice this year. Made the winning pass in the white flag lap. Will it happen again? 3 laps to go. This time for Brad Wilson. Poole is there on the Navani Electronics BMS by closed chassis number 21 of Wilson. Jacob Poole stalking the 21 of Wilson. Now Dave Baker trying to make it a 3-car battle. This time by 28 laps completed, 2 laps to go. Brad Wilson still on top. Jacob Poole is there. Dave Baker slides. Chad Bauer to the inside. Give Bauer the 3rd spot. Will Bauer have something to say from the rear of the field? Brad Wilson trying to get away from Jacob Poole as the white flag comes out. 1 lap to go for Brad Wilson. Jacob Poole is there. Top 5, nose to tail. 1 last lap. A little bump, a little rub by Jacob Poole. Wilson, no, he's there. Wilson goes into 3 and 4. 1 last chance for Jacob Poole. On turn number 4, checkered flag in the air. Brad Wilson to victory lane. Jacob Poole 2nd, Chad Bauer 3rd, Dave Baker in 4th. Paul Johnson will come home in 5th. A great race fans. Nice round of applause for the American Ethanol Modified Tour. My goodness, to win his first ever American Ethanol Modified Tour feature win. He did it against one of the best in the business. Muskegon, Michigan driver, the Navani Electronics, Bowman's Body Shop, Terra Contractors, number 21. BMS by Closed Chassis, Avenger Racing Engines machine. If you're going to be one of the best, you're going to have to be one of the best, and that's what he did. Jacob Poole coming home in 2nd spot tonight. Snaps his 3-race winning streak in the American Ethanol Modified Tour. It wasn't that long ago. This gentleman didn't even make the show at the Bearfield Motorsports Park in Fort Wayne, Indiana. He's come all the way back since then. His first career American Ethanol Modified Tour feature win for Brad Wilson. Brad, outstanding job, my friend. Congratulations. That was one hell of a race with you and Jacob Poole. And I know, man, this track is huge. And Jacob Poole used every bit of the track to try to get around you, but he just couldn't, could he?
I heard him. I heard him back there. No, I got lucky, obviously. Joe, he passed me so clean, and he just checked out. So I tried running a little bit harder because I tried to run a little conservative because I knew the bottom was there until Joe passed me up top. So I knew I had to try to pick up the pace a little bit. But, oh, man, I just can't believe it. Can't believe it.
How does it feel, man? Your first American Ethanol Modified Tour feature, we were just talking about a little bit ago. Unfortunately, didn't even make the show at Bearfield Motorsports Park. A long way to go to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Not made the show. But you have been coming back strong ever since, and here you are in Victory Lane.
Man, I don't know what to say. I mean, I have so much help behind the scenes, and, man, I can't believe it. I mean, these guys are top-notch. We race against every week, and I know they race me clean, and they're good to me. I mean, all these guys we race with are, like I said, top notch, best in the business.
Tell us about all those sponsors. Tell us about everyone that makes this happen for you.
First and foremost, my dad Harry. He's not here. He gives me a place to work on the garage, all the tools, everything I could ever ask for is in that garage for me to work on this car. Jamie Lorenz, my crew chief right here. He's there with me all the time. The sponsors, Novotny Electronics. We've got Bowman's Body Shop on the car. We've got Integra Racing Shocks, Kaiser Manufacturing, Padnos. Padnos has been a big help as well. Accent Roofing, they've been on the car for a long time. Lakeshore Custom Powder Coating, they did all the powder coating on the car. So I couldn't ask for anything more from you guys. Thank you.
Brad, enjoy this one. Savor this one, my friend. Congratulations.
It's going to be a sweet one. Thank you. I don't think I have enough beer in the pits, though. Anybody can help me out here? I didn't barely bring any beer tonight, so.
Brad Wilson comes home in Victory Lane here this evening. A second-place run for Jacob Poole, the 82 machine. And as I just told Brad, to be the best, you got to beat one of the best in the business. You come in here on one of the hottest streaks in the country, and you were all over Brad. You did everything you could to get by him.
Yeah, I mean, I told Brad before we went out for that feature, I said, you're going to win this. He's like, I'm going to get all nervous. I said, just go along the bottom and you'll be just fine. And, Joe got around him there on the outside, and I'm not sure quite what happened to Joe, but, we were trying about anything that we could. Motor was running a little hot, and, I could just get barely along the side on the outside, and it was just so fluffy and dirty up there. I'm like, I'm not going to take Brad out, So I just tried to run it clean, and congratulations, Brad. That's just awesome. Congrats, bud.
Jacob, great job on yourself. Congratulations extending that points lead.
Thank you.
Jacob Poole comes home in second place tonight. Chad Bauer comes home in third place here this evening. Chad, you worked hard for that third place effort here tonight. Had to go to the back, had a flat tire, whatever it was there in the pit area. But man, you charged back through and you're on the podium.
Yeah, we had a flat tire right at the start. Not real sure why. It's not cut or nothing, but we went in the first turn on the first start, and I felt like I was just going to go around. And then as we went around a couple more times, I could feel it was flat. So.
And you've been consistent all year long, top five after top five after top five, maybe one in the top 10, not a top five, but you've been very consistent all season long. We know that win's coming soon.
I hope so. We've been consistently not winning.
Well, Chad, congratulations. A nice ever third place.
Thanks a lot.
Chad Bauer comes home in third place here this evening. Alan, thank you so much for the wonderful hospitality all night long. On behalf of all of us, the American Ethanol Modified Tour, Motor City Racing Promotions, we're going to take an extended vacation. Our next race is until Friday, September 1st at Mount Pleasant Speedway. For more information about the American Ethanol Modified Tour, go to aemodt.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by searching for the American Ethanol Modified Tour. For Nick Rice, Scott Menlin, all the entire staff of management, my name is Matt Preer. Alan, thank you so much. Close it out, my friend.
It's been a pleasure having you guys here tonight. It's been a great racing night. We had some great action all night long. Some tough breaks for some drivers, but boy, has it been a great one. We are sure glad that the American Ethanol Modified Tour, presented by All-Star Performance, could come up to join us here at the Manistee County Fairgrounds. Thank all of you for coming out. If you can hear me out in the parking lot yet, appreciate you coming out to support the racing here at the Manistee County Fairgrounds in Onekama. And we'll be back again on August 4th with the Sprints on Dirt. So American Ethanol Modified Tours might be taking a little bit of a break until September, but the late model tour still runs. They're behind the American Ethanol, not behind sod, but Motor City Racing is. So they got lots of activities yet to go.